Hi Witchlings, welcome back to my channel. It is me, your local chaotic witch aunt. And if my camera is slightly askew, I'm just gonna ask Sally to fix it. Today's video is talking about my witchy writing routine. A lot of people know that I'm a witch, not a lot of people know that I'm a writer. Apart from, my book, which is Spells for Change, I don't really talk about writing that much on my platforms, and I would like for that to change. I want to start, doing more content that includes that part of myself because it is such a huge part of myself. A little bit of background, a little bit of context. I have wanted to be a writer for as long as I can remember. I read the Warrior Cat series in 3rd grade, and since then, I was smitten with the concept, the act itself of writing, and also books. I am a very avid reader. I've read, I want to say around 40 books so far this year, trying to get to 50. And I just love creating stories. I love writing. I wrote poetry a lot when I was in high school. I had a few pieces published. Both in my kind of school creative journal and by online publications and by local journals. And then I went to college and writing became a little bit harder. It became kind of hard. It became really hard because I was in college and I had to do things. I actually have a notebook somewhere that is just filled with like all of my poetry from senior year of high school and like cute little add-ins. I've always kind of intertwined my witchcraft and my writing. I think because to me, the act of writing, the act of creating something born from creativity is very witchy. It's very witchy. And that thing that you created has the ability to inspire a bunch of different emotions and create worlds. That's just me. Writing is very witchy to me. But yeah, I started writing like stories and like spin-off things in elementary school through middle school. I have like a bunch of notebooks somewhere with all my different story ideas. I don't know where they are. They're probably in my closet. But needless to say, I had a book, Spells for Change, back there, published this past year. And I didn't realize how much writing felt like it was the thing I meant to do until I wrote Spells for Change, because I've never sat down and written a full book. I've done like ideas or stories or like shorter things. Believe me, I tried to finish a book so many times when I was a kid. So many times. And what ended up happening is I had 50 notebooks, all with different things in it. But writing is very much something that gives me purpose. It allows me to regulate myself. It feels right to me. It's also one of the major ways that I deal with things. When I was, younger, whenever anything happened, I wrote a poem about it. So I'm gonna write an angsty poem about this. And the best part is that it is something that comes very naturally to me. Writing things and writing out and creating things. So today we are gonna be talking about my witchy writing routine, because I very much intertwine, like I said, my witchcraft with my writing, especially now that I wrote a book and I'm working on, may or may not, unconfirmed, allegedly, I am allegedly working on another book. Allegedly. I will not tell you the title, I won't tell you anything about it, because I have a superstition that you should not give any information about projects until they are set in stone or finished. But to kind of start off, I did want to share, I made tea in this cute little tumbler. So to start us off, the first thing I kind of do when I want to write, I've kind of said, you know what, today is a day where I need to get writing done. Either it's creative writing that I'm doing for fun or book writing for a book. I set the mood. I have to set the mood. All right, and setting the mood is very specific for me. It's very witchy, very witchcrafty. I enchant a very specific type of tea, which is in this lovely tumbler. Sally roll the B-roll. This lovely tumbler that says, I like my coffee with spirits. It's by the Coffee and Cauldrons podcast with Robin and Maria. It's great for coffee, it's great for tea. I love tumblers. Here it is. So I make this very specific tea that my mom has. It's called Get Smart. And I don't know what it is, but the fact that it is a tea called Get Smart and the herbs in it are supposed to hone focus, if you add a little honey and you just enchant it a little bit, you can do something for hours. And it really just kind of gets me going, gets me ready, gets me into the mood. I enchant that tea. If I don't want Get Focused tea, I'll enchant my coffee. I really like tea or coffee that has like caffeine or something, some kind of stimulatory benefits added, because I find that when I'm getting ready to write, that's what I need. I need a little spell to help me get focused. I also like to apply some oils. I recently grabbed an oil by the Death Witch called Mastery, and I feel like it's a really good oil for the creative writing process, for the writing process in general. So of course I apply Mastery oil. I can do a Blockbuster oil, Open Roads, Success, anything to kind of help me get in the direction of my intentions for that day. I love to burn a nice candle. Right now I'm burning this Grimoire candle by Chrome the Dead. I really like how it smells. I also like to light my Saint and Ancestors candle. I used to have a candle for Diana. I don't have a Diana candle any longer, only because I found that I wasn't lighting it that much, and I also finished it. But I really only use a candle for Diana when I need to like talk to her. So Ancestor candle, Saint candles. I have my nice little Saint altar all set up, which you are the first people to ever see a very small glimpse of my Saint and Ancestor altar. I don't really show it that often. If you're seeing it, it means that I have it heavily protected. And then I get my playlist up. I am the type of person that I can only write when music is happening. I need to like put on songs, very specific songs, to help me get in the mood. So I have a playlist called Don't Text Me, I'm Trying to Fucking Write. And I used it to write my first book. I used it to write Spells for Change. I always wrote it. But at the same time, I will pop that bad boy on and just start grinding. I'll start going. Very typically, I like to not necessarily set aside time to write. I just kind of wake up knowing that the intention for the day is to get some writing done. If I really need to kind of set myself on the right path, I may do a little prayer for creativity, pray to Saint Mary or Diana, ask for their assistance in helping me kind of reach a specific word count or get something done. Saint Anthony has been like my go-to recently for everything. I don't know why, he's just so helpful. He's just helping me with a lot right now. And so maybe I'll start a little prayer, I'll start off with a little intention. I'll kind of just sit there, or I'll add the intention into my tea and kind of go through it. Once I get into writing and I'm really feeling it, I will write for hours and I won't stop. So having things that nearby are really important, like water, some snacks. I don't know, I just can't stop myself. When I stop myself, I can't get back into it. So make sure you always have, I have water and snacks nearby, because once I get in it, we're in it. One of the things that I don't like doing is I don't like forcing myself to write. If I am sitting there and kind of staring at a blank page for like more than 10 minutes, I get really frustrated and I get really angry with myself. So I try to avoid that. If it's not coming, if it's not happening naturally, if I'm really not feeling it, I will take a break and try to do something that spurs my creativity. So what that could be is going for a walk. I can go up for a hike behind my house. I can go outside. I love being outside. It gets all my juices flowing, my creative juices. Or I may actually pick up a book that I'm reading right now. I'm reading The Boatman's Daughter. It's like a folk horror, folk thriller type thing. I'm not very far into it, so I can't say a lot about it. But I may go outside, I may read a bit, I may drink my tea, and I may kind of wait and see if I get that, like, I call it an itch, like a little itch to write. I also will, if I really need to get a deadline, like hit a deadline, I will just do a spell to get rid of the creative blockage. Recently, I did like a big one, which was with this block breaker candle, but you don't need this type of candle to do something. And even on the back it says, my creativity flourishes. So this was recently, you can see it's a little black because it had some obstacles to get through. I'm going to do a spell walkthrough for creative blockages, or writer's block is what most people call it. I will do a spell walkthrough and you'll probably see that mid-October. But I mean, I can just, you take a blue candle, you ask for assistance in opening roads, maybe a little open rose oil, and burn it down. And I've found a lot of, I used to do, in high school, I used to do focusing candles. I would get like a thick chime candle, which I don't know what they're called. It's not a taper, it's like a short taper. I take that, I'd create the spell with an intention to focus, and I just burn it. And for the entirety of that candle burning down, I would have no problem focusing, which, hello? Those are the dogs. Depending on what kind of candle it is, was either gonna be 2 hours or 6. It helped me get my homework done. Sometimes I focused on the wrong thing, which also happens to me sometimes. Doing a prayer or a spell, or even like asking an entity for assistance, is always really beneficial to me. I love doing it. And once I get going, I either am very into it and have no problem continuing, or if I'm having a lot of trouble, I'll get sidebarred sometimes and go to other projects, like work I need to get done that day. Like, oh, I want to look at this playlist and add more songs to it. Sometimes I'll clean my room. I will just do something other than what I need to do because that's just what my brain wants. And when that happens, I do that, I guess I would say the unpopular thing. I try not to stop myself from doing that. I kind of let my brain and my creativity take me where it needs to. Because let's say I recognize that I need to clean my room and I'm not going to be able to focus on writing until I clean my room, so I'll let myself clean my room. Or maybe I know that this writing isn't due till the end of the week, and these tarot readings are due today, so I focus on the tarot readings, then on the writing. Sometimes that is difficult because then I push it off to the last minute, and then we have what I call, we just have the procrastination demon kick in. Then it's like grinding it out in an hour. Like I said, I love doing little spells to help with my creativity. Tea magic, very big for me, which by the way, I should take a little sippy of this bad boy. It's hot. I guess a tumbler keeps things really hot because I didn't really know that, but I still burn my mouth. That is burning my mouth. That's okay. Like I was talking about doing little spells, blue candle, open roads candle, success oil, written out intention. I keep these spells really simple because I don't want to distract myself from writing to the point where I'm like, I want to make this spell super elaborate. I'm like, I'm just gonna take a candle, throw some stuff on it, write an intention, call it a day. Because if I have that added layer of like, I could be very distractible and I never know, phone's on silent. Silent, it's away from me, because if I go on the internet, I may spend several hours on there and completely forget what I need to do. We try to avoid that in this house. Sometimes I remove myself away from the manuscript or the blank page, and that what I mean by that is like, if I'm writing on my computer and it's not happening, I put the computer down and I grab a notebook and a pen, and I will probably do something like walking or going outside, and I'll just sit and write out the ideas I'm having on a piece of paper, if they come. For me, sometimes computers feel very daunting. Having an open blank manuscript is incredibly daunting. So I try to break it down a little bit by removing myself from there. I also will sometimes just change locations. I'll go to the couch and write, or I'll go outside and write, or I'll go upstairs and write, because for some reason it's not happening when I'm in this room. It really depends on kind of how I'm feeling that day. Spells and I guess enchanting things to go well is a very big part of my witchy writing routine, and you will definitely see more of my writing routine because I am doing National Novel Writing Month because Instagram said they would be interested. What is NaNoWriMo? I'll give more info in a video that comes out like late October. But NaNoWriMo is basically trying to finish a novel in a month. So the entirety of November, I will be writing and I will be vlogging every week. So you can see the entire creative process. You can see how I deal with creative block or writer's block. You can see how I kind of go through everything, what I do when something's not working, etc. You'll also see if I actually complete it. I tried NaNoWriMo once when I was in elementary school. Crazy, right? Like why would I do that? But that's the kind of kid I was. So I tried in elementary school and failed. So we're trying this again. I'm either gonna go full throttle fiction or I'm going to reel it back in and try for another witchy book. So we'll see what happens. You will hear more about this later this month, but I hope you enjoyed my witchy writing routine. If you like writing or you are also a witchy writer, I want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. I want to know what tips and tricks work for you, what kind of spells you do, etc. And, you know, tell me what your favorite thing to write about is. Is it poetry? Is it fiction? Etc. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and turn the bell on, but absolutely no pressure. Remember to drink water. Have an amazing rest of your day. Siate benedetti.